Morning students, this is class 12th maths, lecture 4th of chapter 4th, determinants. Today first of all we will discuss the solution of exercise 4.4. So in question second you have to find the minors and cofactors of all the elements of this determinant. So minor of this element 1, which is M11, is equal to the determinant which you will get after deleting first row and first column. So delete this first column and this first row. You will get 5 minus 1, 1, 2, which is equal to 10 minus 1, which is 10 plus 1 equal to 11. And cofactor will be minus 1 raised to the power 1 plus 1, which is 2, minus 1 square into the minor 11. So the answer will be 11. Now minor of this element 0, that is A12 element, will be M12, which is equal to the determinant after deleting first row and second column. So delete this first row and this second column. You will get 3 minus 1, 0, 2, which is 6 minus 0 equal to 6. And cofactor of this element will be minus 1 raised to the power 1 plus 2, 3 into the minor 6 equal to minus 6, right? Now minor of this element 4, M13. So it is the determinant which you will get after deleting first row and third column. So it will be 3 minus 0 equal to 3, and cofactor will be minus 1 raised to the power 1 plus 3, that is 4, into the minor of the element, that is 3. So the answer will be 3, right? Now minor of the element A21, that is M21, which is equal to the determinant which you will get after deleting second row and first column, which will be this. Now value of this determinant will be 0 minus 4 equal to minus 4, and cofactor will be minus 1 raised to the power 3 into the minor, that is minus 4. So the answer will be 4. Now minor of the element A22 will be M22, the determinant which you will get after deleting second row and second column. So this will be 2 minus 0 equal to 2, and cofactor will be multiply this minor with the minus 1 raised to the power 2 plus 2, that is 4. So the answer will be 2, right? Similarly, you can calculate it for the next elements, right? That is for M23, it will be 1 minus 0, 1, and cofactor will be multiply the minor with minus 1 raised to the power 2 plus 3, that is 5. So the answer will be minus 1. Similarly, you can calculate it for the other elements, right? Question third is using cofactors of elements of second row, evaluate this determinant. So the value of determinant will be sum of the product of the elements of the second row with their corresponding cofactors, right? So the element A21 is 2 into cofactor of this element 2 will be minus 1 raised to the power 3 into this determinant, plus now the element is 0 into, because it is 0 into this cofactor, it will be 0. So writing this as it is, plus the element 1 into the cofactor of this element, which will be minus 1 raised to the power 2 plus 3, that is 5, into this determinant which you will get after deleting second row and third column. Now this will be minus 2 inside the bracket, 3 into 3, 9 minus 16, plus this will be now minus 1 into 10 minus 3. So the answer will be 14 minus 7, that is 7, right? Now comes the next topic, adjoint of a matrix. So suppose let A be a square matrix of order n, then adjoint of A is the transpose of this matrix. Now here these are the cofactors of the corresponding element, and when you take the transpose of this matrix, that is A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33, where Aij is the cofactor of the element Aij, then the transpose of this matrix is known as the adjoint of matrix A, right? For example, if you have to find the adjoint for A for the matrix this, so adjoint A will be transpose of the cofactors of the corresponding elements. So it will be A11, A12, A21, A22. So the cofactor A11 is 4, A21 is -3, A12 is -1, and A22 is 2. So if A is a 2 cross 2 matrix, then adjoint of A is this, right? You can also get this by this method. Interchange the diagonal elements with each other. See, 4 comes at here and 2 now comes at here. So interchange the diagonal elements and change the sign of the non-diagonal elements. So 1 becomes -1 and 3 becomes -3. So if A is a 2 cross 2 matrix, then adjoint of A, that is adjoint of these elements, will be this. Interchange the diagonal elements and with the non-diagonal elements change their sign. So this will become -A12 and this will be -A21. So this is the direct method to find out the adjoint of 2 cross 2 matrix. Now there comes a theorem. If A be a square matrix of order n, then A into adjoint A is equal to adjoint A into A is equal to determinant of A into I. So we will do the proof of this theorem for the matrix A of order 3. So A is this matrix. Now adjoint of A is this matrix of cofactors, right? Now A into adjoint A will be multiply this first row with the first column. So A11 into the cofactor of this element plus A12 into the cofactor of this element plus A13 into the cofactor of this element. So it is the sum of the products of elements with their corresponding cofactors. So it will be determinant of A. Now next element will be product of these elements with the cofactors of some other row. So it will be 0. Similarly, this element will also be 0. Now for this element C, we will multiply this row with the first column. So this is the sum of the product of these elements with the cofactors of some other row. So this will be 0. Now for this element, you will multiply this row with the second column. So it is the sum of the products of these elements with their corresponding cofactors. So this will be determinant of A and this will be 0. Similarly, when you will multiply this third row with the first column, so it is the sum of the products of the elements with the cofactors of some other row. Therefore, it will be 0. Similarly, this will be 0 and this is determinant of A because in this, for this element, you are multiplying the elements of the third row with their corresponding cofactors. So it will be determinant of A. Now determinant of A can be taken out common from this complete matrix into, when you will take determinant of A common, this will become 1 1 1 and rest of the elements are 0. So it will be an identity matrix, right? Similarly, when you will multiply adjoint A into A, you will get determinant of A into I. Clear? This is true for any order but A should be a square matrix for that. Now see, for example, A is given as this. Adjoint of A we have already calculated in the previous example, which is this. To show that A into adjoint A and adjoint A into A is determinant of A into the identity matrix. So first of all, multiplying A into adjoint A is this, adjoint A is this matrix. So when you will multiply it, you will get this 5 0 0 5. Take out 5 common. So this is 5 into the identity matrix. Now check the determinant of this A. This will be 8 minus 3, which is 5. Now find out the adjoint A into A. So first write down adjoint of A into A. When you will solve this, you will get the same matrix like this, 5 0 0 5, which is nothing but determinant of A into I, because determinant of A is 5 only. So we have checked by this result also that the above theorem is true, right? Now the next is singular matrix. A square matrix is said to be singular if determinant of A is not equal to 0. Otherwise it is called non-singular matrix. So if a matrix determinant is equal to 0, then it is singular, and if the matrix determinant is not equal to 0, then it is a non-singular matrix. Now the theorem is, if A and B are non-singular matrices, that is determinant of A and B are not equal to 0, then AB and BA are also non-singular matrices of same order. See, they are saying if A and B are square matrices of the same order and they are also non-singular matrices, that is their determinant is not equal to 0, then the product AB and BA will also be non-singular, that is their determinant will also be not equal to 0. Why this is so? Because determinant of AB is equal to determinant of A into determinant of B, where A and B are square matrices of same order. If A and B are square matrices of same order, then determinant of AB is determinant of A into determinant of B. And here neither A nor B has determinant equal to 0. Therefore, determinant of AB and determinant of BA will not equal to 0. Right? Now there comes a result that determinant of adjoint A is equal to determinant of A raised to the power n minus 1, where A is a square matrix of order n and also non-singular, that is determinant of A is not equal to 0. A is a square matrix of order n and non-singular, then adjoint of A determinant will be equal to determinant of A raised to the power n minus 1. So we know this theorem that adjoint A into A is equal to determinant of A into I, right? Now we will prove this result taking n as 3. So if n will be 3, that means we have to show that determinant of adjoint A is equal to determinant of A raised to the power 3 minus 1, that is 2, where A is a 3 cross 3 matrix, right? Now adjoint A into A is equal to determinant of A into I, which is this. Now taking determinants on both the sides. So determinant of this matrix equal to, this is already a determinant. Determinant of a determinant is the same, right? Now in determinant we can take out any element common from any row or any column. This is a determinant. From this row I can take out determinant of A common, from this row also and from this row also. So outside this determinant you will get determinant of A into determinant of A into determinant of A, because we have taken out common determinant of A from all these rows, which can be done in determinants. So it will become determinant of A whole cube into determinant of the identity, because when you will take out determinant of A common from this row, you will get one here, one here, one here, which is become identity. So this will be determinant of identity. Now because determinant of AB is determinant of A into determinant of B equal to determinant of A raised to the power 3 into determinant of I is 1. Now taking this determinant of A that side, so this will become determinant of adjoint A is equal to determinant of A raised to the power 2, right? So this result is also true in general. We have proved this for n equal to 3. Clear? Now the next theorem is a square matrix is invertible if and only if determinant of A is not equal to 0. That is, a square matrix is invertible if it is non-singular. So we will prove this first of all taking that A is invertible. Now we will show that determinant of A is not equal to 0. If A is invertible, this means there exists a matrix B such that AB is equal to BA is equal to the identity matrix. Now taking determinant on both the sides. So you will get determinant of AB equal to determinant of I. Now determinant of AB is determinant of A into determinant of B, which is equal to determinant of identity is 1, right? So the product of these two numbers is 1. Therefore we can say determinant of A is not equal to 0. Because if determinant of A is 0, then 0 into something will be 0, but it is 1. So this means that determinant of A is not equal to 0 and that A is non-singular, right? Now we will prove it conversely, that if determinant of A is not equal to 0, then A is invertible. So because this is not equal to 0, also we know A into adjoint A is equal to adjoint A into A is equal to determinant of A into I. Now because determinant of A is not equal to 0, we can take it in the denominator, right? So it will be A into 1 by determinant of A into adjoint A equal to 1 upon determinant of A adjoint A into A equal to I, taking this determinant of A this side, right? So this is now AB equal to BA equal to I. So we can say B equal to this matrix is nothing but the inverse of A, because A into A inverse or A inverse into A is identity matrix, right? So this is A inverse only, that when you divide adjoint of A matrix with the determinant of A, then that is the inverse of the A. Clear? So by this theorem we get this result that if determinant of A is equal to 0, then A is not invertible. So if you have to find inverse of any matrix, any square matrix, first of all check out its determinant. If it is 0, then we can directly say that inverse does not exist, right? Now see, this is the question, find A inverse for A equal to this matrix. So first of all we will calculate its determinant, calculate it along the first row. So it will be 1, 16 minus 9 minus 3 into, leave this first row and second column, so 4 minus 3 plus 3 into, leave this first row and third column, so 3 minus 4. When you will solve it, you will get determinant of A as 1, which is not equal to 0, and therefore A inverse exists, right? Now we will find the adjoint of A. For this, find out all the cofactors of all the elements. So you will get cofactors as 7, minus 1, minus 1, minus 3, 1, 0, minus 3, 0, 1, right? So adjoint of A is transpose of this matrix. So you will get adjoint of A equal to 7 minus 3 minus 3 minus 1, 1, 0, minus 1, 0, 1. So A inverse is adjoint of A divided by, or we can say multiplied by 1 by determinant of A. Determinant of A is 1 into this adjoint A. So it is equal to this matrix, right? See one more question, find A inverse for A equal to this matrix. So first of all, find out the determinant, which is minus 2 plus 15, which is equal to 13. Now adjoint of A will be, interchange these diagonal elements 2, minus 1, and change the sign of the non-diagonal elements, minus 5, 3. But remember this, you can do this only in a 2 cross 2 matrix, right? So A inverse will be 1 upon determinant into the adjoint of A. Clear? So your homework is, you have to do question 1 to 9 of exercise 4.5. Okay, thank you.